If you're house hunting and feeling overwhelmed by all the options, or you're just thinking about starting your home buying journey process and you are getting stressed about trying to compare everything, totally get it. It's so easy to fall in love with a home that may look good on the surface, but might not be a good fit for you after all. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you how to tour homes like a pro so you can feel confident in your decision-making process. Now, this is part of my home buying journey series. I'll link them all below. I'm walking people through all of the steps of buying a home so you feel like you have enough information and knowledge to make the best real estate decisions for you and your situation when it comes time to make those choices. I'm David Mercier. I'm a Southern California realtor who helps people buy and sell property all around the world. I specialize in helping people get from where they're at to the dream home that they want. So whether you are just starting to realize the power that real estate can have in building wealth and you want to buy your first place, or maybe you're in a condo and you're just a little cramped for space, if you're not in your forever home, I can help you get into that dream home that you envision. I believe dream homes do come true, and I want to show you how. So go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any step of this journey. Now let's get into how to tour homes like a pro. So before you even begin touring homes, you should meet with your agent and go over your must-haves and your deal breakers. I know that seems like common practice, but it's not always the case these days. But a good agent is going to ask you to sit down. Some of us even will ask to sit down if there's multiple people that are buying the home together, couple. We'll sit down individually with them and do the lists separately and then compare what the answers are to try to make a compromised master list. Knowing what your absolute deal breakers are is really helpful in refining which homes to share and go actually make appointments to go see. And then obviously your must-haves, we're gonna probably rank them from like how highly valued it is to on some kind of scale. So it will help us refine all of the homes that we're sending to you to ask if you want to go see them. A good agent will also turn that into a checklist. So when you're out touring homes, you can actually score the home, write down some notes, and have that to jog your memory when you are in on the third home of 5 homes you're seeing today. You can remember the first home, and 2 or 3 days later, after you've let it set in, you have a little reminder of the things that you loved and hated about each house, right? I just texted today some people that came to my open house over the weekend, and I got a response. I don't remember that street. Can you send me some photos of the home to jog my memory? And help that buyer, have a little refresh of what she looked at. Now, when you're in the home, I see this all the time with first-time buyers who are probably planning to get rid of a bunch of their furniture that's probably hand-me-down when they buy their place, or even like newlyweds or people who are engaged. They will come in a home and they'll love the vibe, and it's a lot based on the staging of the home, and that really distracts them from actually looking at the house critically. So it's fun to see the style of the home, and a lot of people definitely want to take a note of how the size of the couch in the room and of the table, like how many can sit at a dining table, and those kinds of things are important. But don't let the staging distract you from critically looking at the construction, the state of windows, and things like that. Do you like the layout? Are you a natural light person? Is there a lot of outside noise that you're hearing inside the home? And even like things like storage, everybody has different things that they're going to value in a home. And so you really want to pinpoint those and focus on those when you're looking at a house. And a good agent is going to have your checklist in mind, and they're going to be pointing out those things specifically. So it's totally fine if you do get distracted by the fun staged furniture, but make sure that you are checking in with your agent and looking at those things that you have said are your must-haves in the home. Now, afterwards, before you go to the next home, sometimes people will do a marathon day, which I think it's kind of crazy to do anything more than 5 in a day. But sometimes your timeline or your schedule just dictates you got to go look at a bunch of houses in one day. So before you go on to the next home, chat with your agent, at your cars, fill out the checklist or take some notes. And if you don't have that, just get the property flyer and write down your notes on it. So you can keep everything straight later in the day. Believe me, even if you love the house, after you've seen 5 or 6 homes, you're going to forget which one had that closet that was a walk-in versus 2 sliding door closets. And, like which one had the hall closet or the pantry, and what one didn't have a pantry and the huge kitchen for whatever, just things, all these little details are gonna meld together, and having some good notes is really gonna help your process. Some people even like to rate the home, and you can come up with whatever rating scale that you want. You can do it between you and your agent. You can do it between you and the people buying your home. A lot of people bring another family member to help look at homes with them. And so I really like this method because if you've looked at a bunch of homes, you can immediately rule out the lower ranking ones and focus on which ones that are higher ranked are going to get offers submitted. And another key question that I love being asked by clients is, what patterns did I see in them when we were looking at the houses? So did I notice that um, they commented on the natural light in every home that we were in, but that wasn't on the must-have lists when we sat down before we started looking at houses. So little things like that, a good agent is going to pay attention and take some notes, and is going to help refine the homes that we're looking at. Okay, so here's a few things that you don't want to do in a showing. You don't want to rush. Um, Sometimes, depending on the market, I have requested an appointment and gotten a 10-minute showing appointment for a home. I will always ask to double that at least. But you don't want to feel rushed, especially if it's an open house, unless you show up at 3 and the open house is closing at 3. Like, that is not great to do. But sometimes it happens. Um, but you don't want to rush. You really want to sit with the house. You really want to try to see your vision for how you're going to use the home. If you're going to be working from home, do you feel like it is a great space for that to happen? If you want to be entertaining, is it set up for that? And so you really want to just take your time and think about how you see yourself in that space. It's really drastically different depending on the layout of a home and from home to home. Don't ignore your gut instinct. Everybody has their checklist that I've been talking about, right? And it might fit all the boxes, but if you just don't feel like it's the one, it's okay to have all the boxes checked and rank it as a 0. Trust your gut. You don't want to get down the process of having an offer accepted and doing inspections and then still feeling uneasy and wanting to leave when you've gone through all of that already. And it's okay to ask questions. Sometimes people come in home and not ask one single question. And I find that so shocking. You're literally making one of the biggest purchases of your life. And it is okay to ask questions. So no matter what is on your mind, you are welcome to ask your agent, the listing agent if they're there. And you definitely have the right to ask questions. All right, now what do you do if you love the house? Well, you'll talk to your agent, and then it really depends. If you're ready to go, tell them, like, hey, we love it. We want to put an offer in. Some people want to go back for a second showing. Now, that really depends on the market and your timeline. But if you really love the house, the next step is chat with your agent. And you're going to have to put an offer together. We'll get into all of that stuff in my next segment, but just let your agent know, obviously, that you love it, and ask what they need from you to be able to put it in offer together. So if you are ready to start comparing homes anywhere in Southern California, reach out. I would love to help you, see if we're a good fit to work together. That'd be great. But go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss my next segments on the rest of the home buying journey. Thanks.